Ooh.
What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay? Right? Like, the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever more.
Woo!
Forever.
Right, but I mean, we can all look Bitcoin sort of as
Forevermore. People that use fiat.
Yes, man. What is going on? What is going on? My name's Gerald Peters. Welcome to the money flow. We publish what we call the Peters Report. Comes out every Sunday, which should be out tonight, man. You ever read that?
Oh, absolutely.
Always ask Jessica, you ever read it? And she's like, yeah. The let's see. That is free, by the way. It's a lot in there for free, huh?
Absolutely. It's a great resource.
You know, it's the Gary V thing, you know, jab, 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 right hook.
Yeah.
Did I get it right there?
Oh, yeah.
197. All right, hey guys, there's the Instagram if you want to follow us along there. I don't know if you guys follow my man Ethan here. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin. And we talked about doing this to look at Bitcoin from a couple of different ways. Let me pull up different time frames, right? We talk about this a lot. Time is fractal.
Yeah.
Can be broken up 1 second, 1 minute, 60 minutes in an hour, blah, blah, blah. And Bitcoin is too. I mean, that's the one of the wonderful things about the asset, right? Is you can buy a Satoshi, just a sat, you know, I don't even know how much that is now. The minimum piece. Do you know what the price is on that?
Oh, I mean, I don't know the price, but I know it's like 0.000 whatever.
It's fractal. And I've had that, you know, we won't try to get into trying to convince people. I mean, maybe as we go along, but, you know, it does, you know, I've had people kind of say, well, it can't service the whole world, you know? And it's like, no, actually it can be a store of value for the whole world.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
literally, I don't know what the price of Bitcoin is if literally everyone in the world don't say $500 of it. I mean, that doesn't seem like a very hard thing to get everyone to buy $500.
No, not at all.
If they do, we get rich.
Oh yeah, very rich.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. So that's all you got to convince them. Listen, give $500. Don't sell it, and then you go get 2 more people to get $500. If everyone does that, we all get rich.
Yeah,
so that fucks with people who do math because they're going to like, you can't math, and like, yeah, you can. Because we're all just putting in $500. It's just a big fucking bank account where people put in $500. Like,
right. I mean, it'd be no different than the banking system we use now.
Right. Then if you want your $500 back, you can do that because there's a lot of fucking $500 in there.
Yeah.
And then of course it goes up and down with the price. And,
yeah.
You know, you can't wake up and your bank account's up 30%. That's just not a thing.
Right.
I was going to show you this. I came across this video. I don't know if you caught this. This is Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock.
Yeah.
You might have heard from a little Fondo in New York. Let's see. I think they're the largest, aren't they?
Yeah, BlackRock, I believe so. BlackRock, Vanguard, and then State Street, I think it is.
Right. And I mean, this guy is fast. If you ever go watch anything on his life, he is a very smart man.
Yeah, for sure.
That I gave at the New York Economic Club, I think we're very close, if not in a recession.
Are we going to have a recession in the United States?
As I said on Monday at a talk that I gave at the New York Economic Club, I think we're very close, if not in a recession now. What may be
You don't need that.
good, what may be happening is a lot of people are buying in advance of the elevated increases, like lines around Apple stores buying iPhones and all that stuff. But I believe all the uncertainty is really making everyone pause. And everyone's waiting to see. And so I think you're going to see across the board. We just slow down until we have more certainty. Yeah. And, we now have a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariff. That means more elevated uncertainty.
Speaking of pauses, let's take a quick pause. Let's get the opening bell. We'll be right back to live for a conversation.
Thank you.
Here at the big board, we've got Project Hood, that's a Chicago-based nonprofit.
Wow, that's annoying, huh? Wow, that's annoying. So yeah, they're trying to talk about that, but that's Larry Fink. He basically was saying that they feel like we're going into recession.
Yeah.
I think that's important. I mean, Bitcoin, so far has only followed tech, man. It's been a tech trade. I'm looking at the daily chart right now, and we got Bitcoin at 84,127. So you were telling me you have some trades on, right?
Yeah. I picked up 20 contracts at 83,625 on the Coinbase futures price, that is, which varies from what's on stock charts a little bit.
Oh yeah, and what I do on that in that situation is I'm just looking at the price pattern.
Yeah, well, because the patterns are
the pattern's the pattern, right?
Yeah,
they could be saying it's 87 or over here it's fucking 82, whatever.
Right.
You're just gonna trade the pattern, and
it hit that target too.
I do that, with a lot of assets. I mean, a lot of different things. I don't need that. I trade futures on. Okay, look, we got full blown. Okay. You got a goddamn riot going on outside my house.
You said a riot?
I mean, they are, man, annoying. Let me see. Oh, I'm gonna pull up a daily.
I'm gonna say on the Coinbase futures, at least the way the chart's printing, it just broke the high of the previous day.
No shit. They have it. What's the price they have over there?
Like that it's currently trading it now?
Yeah.
84,440.
Okay, over here it's 84,264.
Okay, so yeah, not that much difference.
Not that much difference, man. Very cool. But man, it's on stock charts, it's showing it below the yesterday. But either way, we have what we call a stage 2 breakout. We have price above the 20. Now, here's the problem. The 20 is sloping. See that?
Yeah.
It's sloping down. But we are getting the crossover. Let me see if I can't mark this up. We are getting, and that's the what we're looking for. There's a lot of overhead resistance right there at the 200-day.
Yeah.
Damn. Man, all up in this area, man.
Yeah, that's when I put the trade on, I was kind of cautious of that area. Both the 200 and, right above it. You need to get a serious push to break through it.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of money to get it to 98,000. Let's see. I'm sure the RSI would be extreme.
Let's see, because right now on the daily, the RSI is 5173, 5180.
Right. So if you look at this, man.
But if you also zoom out too, it's just a big descending trend line.
That's what I was going to say. If you look at let me take you to mine over here. If you go, let me pull up the wind. We track 7 of the major indexes: S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, oil, bonds, Bitcoin. Yeah, look what if you see what I have drawn there.
Yep.
So I keep the wind in its own little folder. I actually add a few things. I got copper on there. And then I use the continuous contracts,
Yeah, that's what I have for Bitcoin.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're basically at the top of the descending triangle. I mean, we really need to get past this. I mean, we got to get past the 200-day, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if it's going to have legs.
I think you'd almost like to see too, like a big breakthrough.
Would you sell any?
What's that?
Would you sell any if it hit it? Or would you take profits that soon?
I mean, I would. I mean, depending on what the RSI is doing. I mean,
Yeah.
but to be cautious, yes. But kind of what I was thinking, what would really validate the trade further was if you get like a break above that descending trend line and then almost like a pullback, maintain like a support level above the 200 and then continue higher.
Would you add to it? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, for sure. I would just be cautious until you see.
Yeah.
I mean, because it could always be a false breakout too, and be back in the box.
Yeah, and that'd be pretty aggressive trading. I mean, I do that day trading.
Yeah.
Because once price gets above that 20-day, I'm going to assume it's just going to keep going up, but it's not going to do it straight line, right?
Yeah.
Even over here, like if you look, this one's a little extreme, but if you just look over here back in November, I mean, look at that run up and then look, red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar.
Yeah.
Boom. Here it comes right back, Now, what we rather see is like one red bar, maybe one, and then it takes off again, right?
Well, and especially if the second or third red bar is a doji.
Oh, yeah. You just
it's game over. Load the boat.
Yeah. Well, and I'm looking on homework tonight. I on my board, man, and Nike was a doji.
Yeah.
And there's so many positions where, and I call it an anchor doji. I've been trying to write some shit on dojis, but it's a weird thing to just, anytime I'm getting a box or an anchor point and it's a doji,
yeah,
I'll jump it, especially day trading. I mean, I want to see a little upward movement. If it jumps down, I'm not going to do it. But
yeah,
if you look, man, it's so many of them. That's the bottom, But and if you get say one or two dojis inside that box, I mean, it does something,
Well, and especially when you're day trading bar by bar and you get the doji and the next candle flips bearish very briefly, to maybe like test the low of the doji and then flips bullish, then
it's running while we're talking about it. Dude.
Yeah.
It just you saw it hit, huh?
Yeah.
So it's about to break
like
8.
So like that 5. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me no, you were good. Look, this is
the wrong time frame anyway.
Yeah, I'm dropping. That was the daily. I just dropped down to a 30-minute chart.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I usually do is like, okay, where's it been before?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always doing that. And I don't think these levels are perfect or, I want to make them the high, but if you get, how you'll get like a kangaroo tail, like that's what I call it, where you have one bar that kind of gets away.
Yeah.
Comes right back in. I kind of discount those. So like a little bit of that top, I'm gonna probably bring this down,
So essentially you don't put it at the very top of.
No.
Yeah,
so you see how I left that off there?
See, and that's something I used to do, and like time and time again, like you'd be $50 or $100 or $200 or points off. So it was in the zone, and it's like, that's the thing I learned from you. It's like you're much better off doing kind of like an average of the area.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm never trying to get I'm wanting to scale out into it, right?
Yeah.
That's in my mind. And yet be quick to put it back on. Here's oh man, look at this. This is like a perfect example. So
It's
look
fine.
at this. See this breakout?
Yeah.
Over here. All right. So this runs stage 2. And look at there. I mean, it's just a goddamn doji.
Yeah.
And then if you look up, boom, boom. I mean, RSIs are kicking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take money off the table on that. And then immediately it starts going sideways. So I'm thinking either A, we're going to go down, right? And if we go down like that, it's going to be this, right?
Yeah.
Stage 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, and especially when you're day trading, a stage 3 can be one candle.
Yes, you have to be prepared for that. I always when we're, I have changed the name on what I call this. I try to come up with better. I don't like using the same shit as everybody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're talking about a pennant, or a bullish flag, that could be our stage 3 B belt.
Yeah.
And it's just, and guys will do that to me all the time. That's a double bottom. And I'm like, or that's.
Yeah. Well, and that's something I've even been trying to, not.
Yeah. And it's happened if you've studied old school classical chart reading. But I think the money flow sums it up, man, because we can identify that bottom within 3 or 4 candles, maybe 1 or 2 if it gives us the perfect candle. I'm just looking for confluence on that time frame. So we have this sell off, and then boom, that bottom candle, man, that anchor, that fucker's a doji, and the confluence would be the RSIs are extreme.
Mm-hmm.
The shorter the time frame, the more valuable that is for Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
You get on a daily chart. I've seen Bitcoin's RSI run over 70 for fucking month, 2 months. Fucking, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck the RSI in that situation. Maybe you take some down, but if you're trading a lower time frame, like on this 30, you're probably in and out multiple times faster than you would be like on a daily. Don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
especially if you get a doji at like a previous resistance, it's like, okay, cool, I should definitely take some off the table. But really you could argue you should be doing that anyway to a certain extent. But I think what you see on the chart and the way the candles are printing, tells you a lot about how you should manage the trade.
It does, man. And look at this here. We're just now getting the TSI crossovers.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, that stands for True Strength Index, created by a guy named William Blue. It was first made public in Stock and Commodities magazine. I think it was like 1991 or something. Now, did you know all that, young man?
No, I didn't.
I have printouts of that shit, man. I don't know if I showed you. I have Wals Wilder's original first printing edition of the book that has the RSI and all that. Have I ever showed it to you?
No.
Man, it's in code, man. Like they were calculating this shit by hand.
Huh.
So you're getting your chart on fucking graph paper, and you put the numbers off to the right, and you do your own chart. They would every day you would kind of do your little tick. You would draw it though. So think of this with a fucking ruler. So you're trying to, it's like high school, man. So you're trying to keep it in line with the number over here. And you could get graph paper that was made specifically for stocks. So these fuckers are calculating it by hand and then drawing it onto the damn graph paper. And every day you get one new data feed, right? You get one more bar. There is no 5 minute or any of that,
So you're drawing it out by hand.
By hand.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, we got to get high and do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
but do it like on a 10-minute chart. We ain't got long, man. We got to draw this shit. Let's go.
Right. Good God, man. That's awesome.
Dude, and think about this. I was thinking that for content, make it like a turntable so you can stand up. The cameras can be around you. And as you draw that shit on there, like maybe it projects up onto our monitor.
Oh, that would be rad.
Yeah, so we're hand trading it.
Could you
That's what we
imagine?
call it, hand trading.
That would.
You can just do it for a minute. I mean, it would be fun, you know.
Yeah, nobody's doing that. That's cool as shit.
Yeah. Now the calculating of the, you know, it don't look hard. I mean, but some of the formulas for that shit is not, you know, it's like this times this divided by this over this, you know, flipped under this, and so it's like, okay, it makes you appreciate a computer.
Well, now we can burn through the time. I mean, shit, you can look at the 15-second chart.
It's crazy, man. And when I first started getting it, look, okay, so we pushed up to what, 8,500?
Yeah.
Okay, so we went from a daily where we have a stage 2 breakout underway. We drop our time down to a 30-minute, and now we're at, you know, we're hitting a little resistance here. If it breaks through here, it's going up to this 85, 700 or 800.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's clean skies above there, or two there, I should say.
Yeah, man. If it busts through that, I mean, we got to take the, you know, we're going to take it to the 1 hour. Maybe we could back it up. I like the 30-minute, man. You look, you know, you get nice runs.
Yeah, the 30-minute or the Bitcoin, especially on 30 minutes, very clean.
Yeah, I mean, that's a full fucking day this here. You know, what are you doing when you go to sleep? When you're trading futures contracts on the Coinbase platform, right?
Yeah.
I'll have to show some content on that. I actually thought about doing not a webinar, but just kind of showing people how to.
Well, and lately I should rephrase. Lately I've been doing the Ninja Trader, which operates very simple.
Right. Now our goal is to buy 25 fucking Bitcoins, real ones, not, but real ones leveraged on them.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah. You can trade. Well, I'm trying to think of what it was. I calculated the other day to trade one full Bitcoin on Coinbase. Because most of the time the leverage is like 3.2. Is what it seems like it comes out to. The leverage on gold is like 30 to fucking 1.
Yeah, gold's another one, man. It runs too.
Dogecoin is usually 5 or more. And then oil, I'm down big right now. I had futures contracts and I don't put in hard stops, man. I won't get sidetracked with the oil trade. I almost did that. Let me see. Let's see. Let's take it down lower for just a minute. Let me see. Now look how pretty that money flow pattern is, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on what time frame was I looking at?
I mean, look at me. Come on.
What is that, the 5?
Yeah. 5 minute, dude. That's nice. Now, are you using that? What did you say you're using for trend direction? What time frame?
Usually like the 30, the 1 hour. For trend direction, like the 4 hour or the daily.
Okay.
I mean,
so even on those lower time frames, like even on a 5 minute, you'd be looking to trade in the direction of the daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you tried matching them with the 30?
Oh, yeah, like using
time
frame continuity. That's almost exclusively how I trade. Like when I'm looking to get into a trade, the 5, the 15, the 30, maybe even the 1 hour, they all have to make sense. You know.
Would you call that time continuity?
Yeah, time continuity. I got that from you.
Yeah, I wish I had owned that phrase, man. I don't remember. And this is real, guys. It's like $17 million from Amazon. They, all of the people ask that, and I go, yeah, bro, it's real. It's real fucking real. Triple Screen, my mentor. You know, I was a big follower of Dr. Elder, and his book made. I went back and clicked through it, and it's outdated. You know, he has whole sections on slippage. Okay, there's not that much slippage anymore in stocks. There is you can have more in crypto or futures trading than you do in stocks. You know.
Well, and even then, that's mainly around like big red folder news anyway. So I think some of that's even to be expected.
Hold on just a second.
But I guess back in the day, that used to be a much bigger problem than it is now.
Oh yeah.
Is that like the yelling in the pit days?
Yeah, and by the time they call you back, man, it moved a dollar.
There's something you want to buy. Dog gets sick, man. You got trouble. No doubt about it. All right, Larry, let's continue. I know we got a background here, but you're making the point. You obviously talked about this. Listen, we were talking about it, the uncertainty. So many CEOs we're speaking to. I've heard this now many number of times, similar to early days of COVID, like 5 years ago.
Sure.
I just don't know what's coming. I have nothing to expect, and so I'm keeping my head down. Is that a fair way to sort of characterize it?
I think that's a bad answer because today you need to run into the uncertainty and try to find solutions.
Okay.
So keeping your head down, I would not like that as an answer as a shareholder with any CEO.
Right.
I mean, to me, this is
This is my first talking about keep his head down. I got 2 subpoenas. How the fuck does this guy not get one?
Man.
Yeah. Now my subpoenas they were tied to people pretending to be me. I had a follower send a fake me $50,000 in Bitcoin.
Oh.
So he called the FBI.
He called the FBI.
And said that I told him to send me $50,000 in Bitcoin. Okay, why would you do it?
Right.
Just because someone DM'd you?
Right. And why would you, of all people, be asking for people's Bitcoin?
And and I was like, bro, my number is out there. It's on the websites. I mean, it's on the YouTube, you know. Shit, I'll put it in the banner right now. You weren't talking to me. You know, and it just blows my mind. People were still that naive, but you got to be careful, man. Yesterday I got several emails that looked real as fuck, man. They actually took you to Coinbase. I don't click on any, but there are a lot of scammers still out there around the crypto space.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
So
So
you need to be careful for sure.
be careful for sure. Anybody that that is out there and they say they're me, they are not me.
Well, and you get it across all platforms too. I mean, I've even gotten some on Substack.
You've been contacted?
Yeah.
Yeah, they contact my mom. My mom was going to send one money, thought it was me. When in the fuck have I ever called you? You're broke.
Right. Why would I ask you for money?
Why the fuck would I call and ask you for money?
That's crazy.
I mean, you don't know your son? Like, in the last week, I'm begging my mom for money. But cousins, uncles, I get people all the time. They'll be like, hey, man, that thing you were telling me about sounded good. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You were DMing me. And I'm like, what? And the name will be like full_auto11 or full_, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at one time, there were like 36 fake accounts of me.
Shoot, some of them just sneak in an extra L to where you damn near don't even see it.
Get this shit. They would direct the traffic to me for book sales. And then what they would do is they would hit them up and go, hey, did you get your book yet? Like the order would come to me. We would ship it. And then they would be like, yeah, I got it. Now they really think they're talking to me.
Oh, Jesus.
That's crazy, right? Anyway, that's the kind of shit that goes on in Bitcoin. I'm getting if that's my number right there. Don't send me no D pics either.
No.
Hey, you got to preference that. This is a different world now.
I mean, you had to preface that with me whenever I hit you up.
Did I say that to you? I always
Yeah.
fuck with people. Yeah, you were like, yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem.
I mean, but the thing is it's like it's probably happened, or else he wouldn't be telling people that.
Oh man, I'll be like, dudes. Yeah, I've had them. Yeah, man. Now the ladies. I don't know. You can't stop them if they want to do it, but
yeah,
I'm
unsolicited D pics.
Unsolicited, yeah.
No, thank you.
Hey guys, hit the QR code. You can go back. You can get to our Substack, man. We put out the Peters Report every Sunday. It'll be out in a couple hours. I think it's pretty valuable. We track Bitcoin on the daily back there, and we rank it with the other 7 wins. I think you told me Michael Saylor bought some Bitcoin. He's joining us in the Bitcoin thing.
Yeah, he bought 22,048 Bitcoin on March 31st. And it brought his total Bitcoin holdings to 528,185 coins.
Man, that's a lot of Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, that's quite a few.
Man, I don't think I'm gonna catch him.
No, probably not.
I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. I think he's always gonna have more Bitcoin than me.
And you know what? I'm all right with
Michael
that.
Saylor Bitcoin Cash, bro.
Hey, but does he have any BitTo that's getting dividends? Riddle me that.
That's what I was about to get into. The one thing, here we're talking about swing trading Bitcoin. I think the easiest way, hold on, where are we at? That's Ray Dalio. The easiest way to do that is just in the futures market.
Yeah.
You can trade on a stock market. There are ETFs, there are leveraged ETNs, right?
Yeah.
The one we like is called BitTo. Let's pull that up. Now this one, here we go. This trades on the U.S. stock market. It's pretty close to the pattern, man. Let me see. Damn. Yeah. I got somebody talking shit outside. Man, I think a lot of people here got drug problems.
Well, I got a screaming baby upstairs, so I'm not too much better over here.
Give me my lollipop.
Right. She said, "Well, give me
I
my."
Shut that kid up, right? Man, I'll do that, man. They'll be like, "Shh, don't say that." Like people be friends. No, hey, shut that kid up. On airplanes. Dude, people freak out if you tell them.
Shut that kid up.
Oh, dude. You ever say that? People freak, and I go, "Hey, I'm the only one who doesn't want to hear him." Like,
right.
Yeah. I go, relax. I'm fucking kidding.
Hey, you can't say that. She's just a kid.
You're not allowed to ask a baby to not talk. Like,
right.
People will freak out.
Yeah, BitTo,
your wife and everyone around you.
BitTo mimics Bitcoin pretty close, I would say.
Pretty close. It's starting to break out. It's trading for $18 a BitTo. It's a BitTo, man. That's what he needs to make a song about, man. BitTo.
Absolutely.
That's fuck. Yeah, no. That's what we need to become the Michael Saylor of BitTo. Man, you got a fucking billion in there, you're getting paid. Like the only thing with BitTo, it generates its income selling, right? Doing calls and puts, right? I'm pretty sure that's the way it does it.
I believe so, yeah.
I should know that. I'll misspeak, but let me see here real quick. That BitTo is a product by ProShares. Bitcoin ETF. BitTo aims to produce returns correspond to Bitcoin. Investment objective. BitTo seeks results before fees and expenses that correspond to the performance of Bitcoin. BitTo invests in futures and swap. Oh, Jesus fuck. And does not directly invest in Bitcoin. There's no guarantee the fund will meet the investment objective. What the man? The swap part. I need to
what
get.
The fuck does that even mean?
I know what it is, but I don't want to try to explain it. Here, let me scoop that up. You've heard of swap?
No, I've heard of swaps. I just don't know exactly how they translate into.
Right. It's like
I've never done a deep dive on stuff like that.
No, I've swapped spit.
I've done that plenty.
Swap spit. Swap can refer to, okay, hold on. Swap can refer to several things, including the act of exchanging items, a financial derivative, or a computer program concept. In New Orleans, it can also refer, why would they say this? In New Orleans, it can also refer to the swap boutique, which is a consignment shop. Bro, come on. It knows I'm there, right? What in the fuck? Why would it add that? That's literally an ad for a local store. Wow. It's an AI overview. Have you ever noticed that?
Hey, are we sure we want this thing getting any smarter than it already is?
Wow.
I mean, it just told people exactly where you are. I mean, not that you care, but man.
Dude, when you hit this, it opens up the link to this thing. The Miami, New Orleans, Baton Rouge Swap Boutique. Very interesting. That's great how you hit me with an ad. I guess a guy looking up financial swaps would want to go to a boutique. A boutique, I mean. A financial derivative in finance, a swap is an agreement between two parties to exchange cash flows based on specific underlying assets or rate. I still don't know what it is. This is often used to manage risk or to hedge against changes in interest rates or other economic factors. Examples: a company might enter into an interest rate swap to protect itself. Okay, it's a hedging instrument. That sounds boring as fuck, dude.
Hey, but if that's how they pay you such a big dividend, I say let them do it.
Oh yeah. I'm happy for them.
Right.
I don't even want to know what they're doing.
Right. That was just for your own understanding.
Yeah, I don't want to get, yeah. But the dividend yield on that thing is pretty high, man.
This is saying 75.65%. And
That's
paid $13.82 per share in the past year.
Man, I'm just gonna say it. Goddamn, dude! Like, I've owned it for a minute, and I'm up more than double my money just in dividends. It's it's up there. Plus, I bought a bunch lower. I borrowed money to buy it last time I bought. I bought a chunk, but I wish I bought like $5,000. I mean, if you could get 100 in there,
man.
Hey, you're getting paid too, man. So every time you get paid, you can just pull your risk out.
Yeah.
I mean, just take it out, go buy some CLM. Take it out, go buy some CLM. Take it out, go buy some. Every time you're doing that, your risk is going down,
Oh, no doubt.
And at that fucking kind of rate there, I mean, how long until it's just paid for?
I mean, in theory, not that long.
Yeah. Let me pull up yeah, man. You see the screen here?
Yeah.
So, man, I was up $12,330 on Friday. It's cool to see the numbers get bigger,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, so some people, there's probably people watching that going, man, come on, that ain't no money, And I was at, I want to say 1,180,000 or some shit at the high,
Uh-huh.
You never get to keep your highest balance.
No, never.
People don't, they always go, man, you know what it was? And I go, it don't matter. How would you have known that day was the day? Like,
no.
Yeah, you don't even bother with that. I mean, other than trading, you close your trades if you're getting stopped out. Otherwise, you got to wait.
Well, that's like you and I always say, hindsight's a powerful thing. And it's easy to say, oh, I should have, but you didn't,
Right. I show that just dude, it's for real, man. Look at that. 79 fucking %. But that's based on, on that price. But man, they have paid a lot of money. And I just keep using it to buy either more. I actually buy whatever is the best buy with that dividend.
Uh-huh.
I don't just have it set to drip on it. Part of me says I should have been just fucking dripping it. But I'd rather buy chunks on stage one. The only risk with that is when the stage one hits, you ain't got no money.
Yeah, for sure.
But those, that's trading it on the futures. you could get out here and do BITX. That's the 2 times, you know.
Uh-huh.
But you're looking at the chart pattern set up, but you're limited, right? You can't get out. You know, so oh wait, hold on. Here it is. So this is BITX, man. This is a 2 times Bitcoin. If you're a buy and holder and you're on the stock and you want to add a little, I mean, you could take. I was telling the guy this take because Bitto actually kind of lags Bitcoin a little.
Mm-hmm.
What if you took that fucking that dividend and bought BITX?
Yeah, you could. You might as well.
You just fucking 2x in it every time. They give you money, you 2x it.
Why would you not?
Yeah, I mean, the risk to that obviously is the come down, but you can put strategies on that. You could trade that part of it. The only problem is, you know, this is not open. It's not open all the time.
Yeah, that's what is. I mean, not everybody wants to download and create a new account.
And not everybody's going to have a big chain.
No, absolutely not.
Rampage Jackson. Yeah, so that's the drawback to that. But you can get exposure to Bitcoin, and with the 2x, what I like to use them for is putting less money in the trade, not necessarily more, if that makes sense. That allows me to take on other shit.
Well, and that's one of the things I learned from you, not even about Bitcoin, but about everything else, other shares and everything, was the leveraged tickers and everything, where it's like, I don't know. It was kind of like, where have these been all my trading career? You know, because here I am stretching myself, 1 share of this, 2 shares of that. You know, when I could have found the leveraged ones and buying 6 shares and 4 shares. You know what I mean? And really been able to spread out and fund more trades that way. So yeah, I think it's a definitely a great way to do it. You know, you can stretch your money.
You really can. Recently picked up some AMZU. It doesn't have what I was looking for. I held some of this oil U just to see how it would play out. So I'm looking to start loading that up. I may trade it in the futures market though.
You said that's oil?
Right here, this oil U.
Oh, oil U, yeah.
I sold about half and we were up pretty nice.
Gotcha.
And then I just kind of wrote it to see the erosion and how it play out.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's freaking volatile, dude.
Look at that.
But I've started. I'm gonna, on Coinbase you can do oil contracts.
Yeah, they have. So they have oil, gold.
Yeah.
What did they have that wasn't crypto? Was there any other metals? Wasn't any other metals? Was there?
Silver.
Oh, there was silver.
Yeah, I'm in an actual triple silver. I mean, I'm in a silver right now on Coinbase. So on the oil here, I'm just waiting for it to get above the 5 right there.
I still see your portfolio.
Oh shit! Hold on. Right. So here's. Well, I mean that's oil, but I'm just kind of waiting for it to get back above that 5 exponential moving average. You know.
Yeah.
And that's going to be over here. That's going to be helping us set up that stage 1 accumulation. So that's what we're doing here on Bitcoin. I'm watching this 5 minute. The 5 minute stopped right at this previous high. Look at this.
Almost.
There's a doji, dude.
Yeah.
Right at the top.
Yeah, those are the ones you want to pay attention to.
Yeah, when you get a doji at a previous high on an extreme RSI and the TSI is rolling over, it may be coming down.
Yeah, you either need to.
Well, look right here. The money flow went extreme, and you look, it hadn't done it, and then over here toward the end, it did it and came right down.
Yeah, history repeats itself.
It does, but here's that 200's right there. I mean, that ain't gonna surprise me at all if it stops there and then we do another leg up. Yeah. So are you trimming around the 5 minute if you're there?
If I'm where we are right now?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, are you gonna trim or no?
I mean, I would, but here's the thing too. Like we were also talking about that. I think people should consider too is I got in at, what was it? 83,625. So, I mean, that's all the way. I can't see on your chart, but I mean, basically right around that box that you built. So that's the other thing too is
Yeah, you got in here. What was it? You got in at what? 83 what?
83,625.
625. Okay, so right around in here.
Yeah.
But you probably got in on this breakout over here, huh?
Yeah, I did, and then it pulled back a little bit, and then that's when it got back above the 20, I added another 5 contracts to make it 20 contracts. And then, so yeah, I would still take some down regardless, but that's like what you and I were talking about too, that I would, at least has been a struggle of mine, was even though like I get a good entry like that, part of me wants to just let it ride, because if we were to find support, on that 200 and continue higher and I trimmed, it's like, well, shoot, I'm shooting myself in the foot, but locking in gains. So it's kind of like a balancing act that I've been struggling
and
with.
it's okay to lock in some and then just fuck it, new trade.
Well, and that's kind of, I've been teaching myself, and like, especially since I've been trading with you, that it's okay to get out completely. And to, like you said, if it pulls back to the 200, we get a doji, just a new trade altogether, 5 contracts, 10 contracts, whatever it is. And then I can scale up from there, but yeah, regardless, like if you get like you said, a doji at a previous, where it stopped before with an RSI that's extreme, money flow that's extreme. Yeah, you got to trim it or get out altogether for day trades.
Especially. Now you're using, a daily chart for direction and you're moving in and out on a 30-minute. You're going to have to give it room for bigger swings, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what you're coming to. It's like, how fast do you want to move in and out, and some things you're not going to be able to move in and out as fast as you might like. It's just not going to, unless you're buying big volume,
Yeah.
Now, I guess if you're trading on, there's some exchanges out there that have Bitcoin at 50 to 1.
Yeah, which is
I think you're blowing out a lot is what's happening on that. I could be wrong, but if you catch it right, you're going to make some money, man. That's a lot of leverage though,
That's almost, I mean, I don't want to say it's scary leverage, but
a lot, dude.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I think 10 to 1 would be completely fucking extreme and we could go with that.
Well, and there's like
5 to 1, man, is, we're trading 3 to 1 here.
I mean, that one offshore brokerage I was using, it was like 500 to 1. I'm like, how can you even fucking do that?
That is wild. And look, we're stopping right in here. That's kind of what I thought might happen.
I was about to say, if you get like a 5-minute doji and then that next candle breaks the high of said doji, and this is speaking purely hypotheticals, I mean, but that would be what I would like to see. I mean, that's a setup you'd have to take. Shoot, that I might be looking to take, to be honest with you.
You're talking about this here, because you're still at, let's say you took some down on this.
Yeah.
You've had this little pullback. What he's talking about now, if we're going to have a continuation run, we're just going to watch it candle by candle, right?
Yeah.
And we're just looking for that move where it runs. Man,
it's times like this I might even zoom into like a 2-minute and see, because the 1 minute.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, shoot, actually, yeah, right now I just looked at a 2-minute. I'm about to get in.
Now Bitcoin. Bam. Well, man, I don't want to make it go too long. I just want to start putting some stuff out and talking about technicals on Bitcoin. We'll figure out the news and come out with maybe a little outline we do. We'll snatch some videos of somebody talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I
Larry
feel like
thinks we're going to go into recession. I don't know how Bitcoin plays out if we do. I mean, it's been following tech for a long time, so I assume it's going to go the way of the fucking Qs,
Yeah.
Be shocked if it broke ranks with the Qs. I pray for one day it does that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, yeah, but right now, I mean, a lot of things move the same.
Yeah, man. stocks you guys might look at in this sector. Obviously, MSTX is a leverage play on MicroStrategy, right?
Yep. Connell or CONL.
Yeah. Coin, COIN. Leverage would be CONL.
Yep.
CLSK. These are ones we own. CLSK. It's a Bitcoin miner. There is a WGMI or whatever. There is an actual ETF.
Yeah, I think it is a WGMI.
Right. So these are all things Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin miners ETF, right?
It's what it is.
Yep.
And we'll come on here and share with you guys how we're trying to, inside the MFG, how we're trying to trade Bitcoin. I know we're trying to make money on it, cash flow. We get paid monthly from the BITO ETN, right?
Yep.
And if you own it in M1 Finance, man, you could put that shit into the second income stream because they allow you to borrow on it.
Oh yeah.
40%. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. So that's probably where I'd buy it if I really want to jack the leverage up. And if I was doing a second income stream, I would add BITO to my portfolio. But I do mine on E-Trade, so I can't really do that. But I do own a bunch of it, and not a bunch, but a chunk.
I mean, you could argue BITO has a place in anybody's portfolio.
I think so. I mean, my dividends were like, I don't own that much. My dividends were like $400 or $500 a month. I mean,
yeah.
And I, some of that's borrowed money, and I paid $60 for interest. So it's like,
can't beat it.
I mean,
yeah, I added BITO to my Roth, and I didn't even add that much because I think prices were still pretty high. And I just looked the other day, and it paid me like $26 or $27 in dividends. And I mean, I've had it for like 2 months, and I did not have any shares. I'm like, Jesus fuck, man, I need more shares. You know, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
It's shocking. So all the BITO that I own, I borrowed against the TQQ and the U Pro. Triple fucking leverage funds in M1, put it into that. And that jacked my interest. Now it's like $69, I think. But then I was able to take some of those from BITO and I started buying QQY and WDTE. So I've got those, man, the dividends are like 600. So it's a triple leverage portfolio with it. Like now the dividend yield is like 17 or 21%, some shit. I bet it's more now from what they were showing. That's pretty wild. It's moving 3 times the market with a dividend yield way higher.
It's insane dividend yield.
So the dividend yield is like, I don't know what, 5 to 10 times the S&P, and then it's moving at 3 times. And as long as you consistently add on stage ones, it so far has caught back up. And at the height here when the market was up 9%, that portfolio with the BITO and shit, it was up 30% or something. But this little pullback's been nice for it.
Right.
Yeah, the bitch coming down fast, man.
What, didn't you say it was like a 40% swing?
Mm-hmm. But then boom, BITO hit me. Boom, thanks for the money.
Yeah.
Bought TQ and U Pro. Those were stage 1 setups. And the other dividends trying to do the same thing. Plus, I'm adding money buying them. So when we're going to triple run it on the way up too. Yeah.
One hand washes the other. Let's get to the money.
I was going to close it out and buy an actual Sky Dweller watch when it hit 25 grand. And it hit, I got 33 or 4. I'm like, man, I ain't taking this out here and buying a watch.
Can't get yourself to do it.
Yeah, I can't do it. That was the whole game plan though. And I was going to show how investing $25 a day, bought me this crazy, ridiculous watch. And it's not a part of my retirement or nothing. But now that it's up there and it's making income, it's like, okay, this is making like $600 a month and moving 3x in market because of BITO in the portfolio with the other. Or I could get a watch.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. Or let that make a car payment and drive a Jaguar. I don't know. That was what I was thinking in my head. I got to get this motherfucker bigger. To where it's like 2,000-3,000, then I use that for just my whatever.
Oh yeah, like a monthly recurring deal.
Yeah, shit. I'll just connect it to a credit card, just buck wild every month on that card.
Yeah,
that'd be great. You'll even see it.
You might as well.
Just fucking charging shit up. Just BITO's paying it back.
Well, and especially when you're going to get a fresh reload in a month's time.
Yeah, bam, all new shit. Let's go.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on. These guys, you guys go follow him on Instagram at eBanks197. And yeah, man, I'm glad you came on, and we'll figure out a lineup on this. We'll have to get a better song. I don't think we can.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get it figured out. Especially the news is kind of tricky though, with the, like we were talking, the hypothetical prices and stuff. You want to make sure you're
right. Well, yeah, I forgot to mention that my price target on XRP is $5,000.
5,000.
Right. I mean,
write it down.
That's if you're using science. Now, if you're not using science, hey, to the moon. The in Bitcoin, at least 2 trillion. I mean,
that's the only thing that makes sense.
I mean, 2 trillion. If we're using science now and math, it's 2 trillion.
It's a formula.
It's a formula that I can't share, proprietary to our program. Yeah, I mean, Dogecoin at least $6, right?
At least.
Maybe
10.
Maybe 10. You imagine how rich people would be if Dogecoin got to $10 fucking dollars.
Man.
It's at what, 13 cents or whatever now?
Yeah, something like that.
Man, we'd all be driving little mini Lambos.
It's at, what is Doge at?
Yeah, maybe what, 17 cents, 20 cents? It's not much.
Oh, my charts are lagging. It is currently at, oh, come on, 16 cents.
Yeah, goes to $10. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you, GP.
Poor. We call them poor.
We call them poor.
People use fiat currency. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them.
The name.